Hello, everybody. It's Bill, the knee pain guru. Today is Thursday, August 29th, 2020. We got lots of questions that have come in. I wanted to address those sent in through Facebook, email, and I need to check YouTube as well. So we're going to dig into those. If you have questions, put those in the live chat. I'll address those as they come in. And I'm going to scoot over to the questions that came in through Facebook. Okay, the first one was from James Bo Lemastus. And James writes, I'm having issue with bursitis in my knee. It has gotten better, but it will just not clear out and seems to be causing arthritis. Can we discuss my best ways to sort it out and treat it? Sure. I'm happy to join whatever level membership. Thank you, Bo. And let me he wrote in some more. I have pain on the kneecap and patella, pre-patella in the medial meniscus area. It moves around between these three areas. The pain is around 4 to 5 out of 10. Kneeling is not possible. Stairs not good. Still able to ride my bike almost daily. Okay, well, that's our first question as far as that goes. And once again, it's all about creating comfort in the knee. The cool thing about comfort is Bo's talking about 3 different areas in the knee that the pain moves to. And this is because this is how pain shifts and adjusts based on how it feels that day. But it's shifting and adjusting because of dozens of different inputs into the neurology each day, into your body each day. Meaning, did you get a good night's sleep or not? Did you drink enough water or not? How was your diet? Did you eat good or did you eat poorly? Did you exercise the day before or not? Did you stretch or not? So you see all of these factors go into the tension that's going on in your knee, in your leg, in your hips, in your lower back. All of that stuff is getting jumbled around, and it's going like, oh, I got kneecap pain. Oh, no, it moved to the inside of the knee. Oh, now it's in the back of the knee. So you're going like most people's minds with knee pain is that they're going, oh, this pain is moving all over the place and I don't know why. And I'm here going, okay, let's zoom out and look at this bigger picture, the landscape of what's going on in your body, looking at your body as a system, and what do we need to tweak and adjust in that system to give your knee a different experience other than the pain in the kneecap and those other couple of places. So, Bo, I'm happy to talk to you. You got 2 options. One option is working with Knee Club, my group coaching program. I also offer private coaching. Those are the 2 options at this point. This video, what I've been doing is answering the questions and then sending them out as a reply, so those that are writing in can see my response, and you can choose how you would want to move forward from there. The next question is from Matthew Cimenti. Let's see. It says, I have stiffness in both knees and I received the gel shot a month ago. And my left knee, which has had 2 meniscus surgeries, the last one was last year, is stiffened up again. My right knee so far is good, but the left is stiff. What is my next option? I do not want a knee replacement surgery, and I'm a mailman that walks 10 miles a day. Okay. And you will begin to hear my responses are going to be the same, because I'm not looking at the knees in the context of the diagnosis. The diagnosis is important to determine if something is broken or torn, but in terms of getting your knees out of pain, relieving the tension and stress in your legs, increasing the range of motion in the knee joint, the principles are the same. We create comfort in the knee joint, and we set up the conditions in the body so your body can move you and heal There's nothing in the way preventing it from healing. And then putting your mindset in the right place so you aren't doing things that are actually setting you back in the process. It's a simple process, not necessarily easy, because it's difficult to change habits that have been there for a long time that led your knee to hurt to begin with. Knee pain doesn't happen in a vacuum. A lot of things, it happens over a period of time. I just had a client that I worked with back when I lived in Louisville, Kentucky. He had knee pain, and I worked with him, and he got out of pain. I moved away. I haven't been in Louisville for, it's 2020. It's so 10 years. And then he sends me a message this morning, and he's like, I just had my knee replaced. It's like, okay. Like, what are you telling me after you get a knee replaced for? It's like so curious to me what pain does to how people think, that they wouldn't think to reach out for help. His excuse, and this is an excuse, not even a good one, is I have arthritis and it's bone on bone. However, the arthritis and bone on bone didn't happen in a friggin' vacuum. It's been 10 years. It isn't like I'm hiding, going, I'm not helping people with knee pain. With this goes to and I spoke about this yesterday. Not everybody hears what I'm saying. Not everyone is capable of hearing what I'm saying. They hear things based on what they know and what they're familiar with. And they will continue believing what they've already locked onto, regardless if new information comes in the room. I can't help those people. They're already shut off. It's like talking to family. Like you're like, but why are you taking drugs? Well, I like drugs, prescription drugs, and I'm talking about. And they're like, well, because the doctor just gave it to me. There's a complete disconnect in terms of looking at the bigger picture as well as the thing that the doctor said. And now the person can't sleep and they're constipated, but their knee doesn't hurt because of the prescription that they got. It's like, it baffles me, but that's not my path. And it's not my job to convince someone who's already in that place that has that mindset. So that's their path. They got to deal with that stuff. Anyhow, we got a couple of comments that came in here. CGC, hello from Illinois. Hello. And Matthew is here. Good morning, Matthew. How you doing, sir? Let's see. Let's show this. CGC that's from YouTube. And then Matthew is coming in from Facebook. Well, thank you, guys. Okay, if you got questions about your knees, about stuff, let me know. I'm going to go back to my Facebook, the messages that came in on Facebook. Let's see. Steve Martin. I actually had a couple of questions, one from Steve and one from Simon regarding Baker's cyst. I was just told I have a Baker's cyst behind my right knee. What is next? And I have a link here for a Baker's cyst. I have like a complete strategy. Well, it's what you would be starting out with. This is in my group coaching program. Hi, Natalie. Glad you guys are here. If you got questions, let me know. The following, I'm going to put a link here for Baker's cysts. It's a strategy for Baker's cysts and Baker's cysts. If you have questions about your knees, just type those in the live chat. I'll get to those in just a second. And then here is the link. Natural strategy for Baker's cysts. Whoops, Periscope did not get your comment. It was probably filtered. Periscope filters anything that looks like spam. Try another. Okay, well, I guess that link is not going out on Periscope. If you're on Periscope and you want to reach out to me, you can go directly to the kneepainguru.com website and look under Baker's cysts. at the top. It says Baker cysts, and this is the first blog post underneath there. But basically, it's like going through strategically as to how to begin to get the Baker cyst forms. I better back up a little bit. Baker cyst forms, what is a Baker cyst? Maybe I should start there. Baker cyst is like a lump that forms in the back of the knee, where the knee bends, many times slightly below the knee at the top of the calf. And it happens as a result of the lymphatic system not being able to flush itself out. Tension that forms in the leg creates a blockage for the ability of the lymphatic system to move the lymph out of the leg. The lymph is your the waste products that happen in our body as a result of being human. So the lymphatic system moves that stuff out. When there's tension in the leg because of an accident, injury, surgery, trauma, whatever happened in your body, what happens is the lymphatic system can't flush itself out. So the Baker cyst forms, swells up. The docs come, they're like, okay, well, we can put a needle in it, suck all the stuff out. But what happens is a tension pattern that caused the Baker cyst to begin with isn't addressed. The Baker cyst tends to come back and swell up again. The docs will do that a few times. If that doesn't resolve it, then they'll offer to cut the Baker cyst out. And you want to go down that path, rock on. You know, God bless you. Great stuff. If you want to resolve it naturally, that's the link that I just sent out in the comment section. And what ends up happening is when you create comfort in the knee joint, it relaxes the knee, it relaxes the leg. So when the body moves and the pelvis moves, which is the pump of the entire lymphatic system, the Baker cyst has the ability to flush itself out. The body is able to resolve the Baker cyst on its own. And I've seen it a number of times. Okay, let's see. Natalie, what is she writing here? I did surgery on my left knee last year, and I still have bending problems. I actually have implants in the knee. What type of surgery and implants for what? So, and this is important because we all of us, and now I'm not just pointing out Natalie or myself, like we don't know what we don't know. So when we're trying to find a solution for our knees, a lot of times it's just this big conglomeration of stuff that's going on, and we're trying to figure out, well, what is the best strategy? So we begin to ask questions as a way to kind of sort out and feel out what makes sense for us. Understanding what type of surgery Natalie had, understanding what type of implant she has is going to help me. Tibia and fibula fracture. So left knee. Right, Natalie, I don't know what type of implants. Like, are you talking about pins and screws and plates that are holding that together? Like, I'm still unclear. So you're gonna need to type a little bit more on that in order for me to be able to help you. And while you're doing that, I'm going to scoot on over to the other questions okay. So I was talking about Baker cysts. Simon and Stephen both sent me questions in around Baker cysts. I came across one of your videos. I have a ruptured Baker cyst in my calf. What exercises and anything else should I be doing for it to break down and go? And that is in that link that I posted. Natural strategy for Baker cysts. Simon, I'll send that to you as well as a link to this video. Stephen, I sent you the link yesterday. I'll send you the link to the video as well so you can check this out. Matthew, I will I will send you the link to this. And the best thing for you and James Bo Lemastus, is either join me club or we can have a conversation about private coaching. You let me know what best works for you, if you want to work in a group or you want to work one-on-one. Either way, it's the same program, just the private coaching is the private coaching is more expensive because my time's valuable as well as yours. How about that? Okay, Natalie, I have plates and screws. Got it. Okay. Surgery last year, last knee, and bending problems. I actually have implants in the knee. Okay, Natalie, there's two things to look at as far as bending problems. We have bending problems as a result of the implants, plates, and screws being in the knee. And then we have bending problems because the neurology is actually protecting the knee from the experience of what you had. Like, obviously, that is a pretty intense when you fracture your fibula and your tibia. So what happens to the body when you have an accident and you fracture your tibia and your fibula, and now you have to go through surgery with that? The body tenses up to protect itself. Normal, natural response to an experience like that. The doctors fix what was broken in the knee, which is great. However, the body still is going like this. It's still tensing up to protect itself because it was a threat. It was a trauma, and the trauma gets stuck in the neurology. Now, we can go back, and conventional physical therapy is they're going to have you strengthen the leg in order to increase the range of motion. The strengthening of the leg doesn't necessarily increase the range of motion if the tension in the neurology is like this. It's like saying, okay, I'm going to tense up my arm as much as possible. Now I got to extend it. Well, I'm going to try to extend my arm while I'm tensing it up. It's going to be difficult. Same thing what's happening in the knee, but it's happening on an unconscious level. Your ability to extend and bend the leg is going to be hindered by the tension in the neurology. The more we can begin to create comfort in your knee, in the neurology, the joint relaxes and the range of motion increases, which means the bending and extending of the leg is going to get easier, not because you got stronger, but because you relaxed the tension that was preventing it from bending. Is that making sense? So that's from my perspective. That's how I look at the body. I look at it as a way of how can we create comfort in the knee, how can we relax the joint, and how can we get you to a place that's out of pain and you have full range of motion in the knee again. By the way, I have pins or screws actually in my left leg from my ACL reconstruction. They did that. So as long as the screw or the plate or whatever it is isn't in the way of the extension and the flexion of the knee, you're going to be fine. And in that case, the doctor was going to have to remove the, you think so what? Okay. I am going to go, let's see, we answered all the Facebook questions that came in. Okay, now we're going to go to I got a couple of emails that came in yesterday. Whoa, What is going on here? Huh. Okay. First question is from, oh, this is in the emails that were sent in. Wasim Abbas. He said, "Hello, Mr. Bill. How are you? I'm Wasim from Iraq, and I'm a follower of your YouTube channel. I hope you will help me. 6 months ago, I got an injury in my right knee. I was playing football. Player came from the back and hit my feet from the back. Now I'm walking normally and standing. I could run lightly, but my problem is when standing. My knee does not turn back like my other knee. There is a difference between them 1 centimeter, and there is a note that I paid attention to when I drive for an hour or more. The condition of my leg gets worse, and the difference increases when standing more than a centimeter. I apologize for my language, and please help me with that. And I will send you the MRI scans. Thank you, and I hope you will answer me." Wasim, I am answering you. And a lot of times, if the leg length is different, it's not in the length of the leg, it's in the rotation of the hip. When we walk, one leg needs to get longer to push off of, and the other leg needs to get shorter so it can swing and we don't trip on our feet. And what happens is when we have an injury, the pattern in the pelvis gets locked, and it makes it difficult for us. Well, the pelvis is locked, which will make one leg longer, one leg shorter. And then as we're protecting from the injury with the knee, we're walking crooked, which means we got to compensate in our back and compensate in our pelvis and all of that. And then the tension happens and we get very uncomfortable in our physical body. So yes, I'm absolutely able to help you. Next steps from here, since you're already subscribed to the YouTube channel, would be to join Knee Club. Let's see if I got a link here. Here it is. Knee Club. You can head on over there. It's a group coaching program. I have a private Facebook group that you could post questions on if you aren't able to make the times of the calls. The calls are on Mondays and Thursdays. You get access to the members area of my website, the Knee Pain Guru website. And I have a couple hundred videos in there that I would point you to specific areas. Like, let's see, you were Natalie. Natalie, I got specific ones for scar tissue and screws and plates and stuff like that. You work with the specific area to release the tension patterns that's going on in the knee, tension patterns that are in the hips and the lower back. And the idea is we're focusing on comfort. When you focus on comfort, the body feels safe, supported, and listened to. Safe, supported, and listened to, which is when it's experiencing pain, it does not feel. So now we begin to shift our focus from the pain and pushing through the pain, and no pain, no gain, and pain is weakness leaving the body. And if I don't get my leg stronger, and if I don't exercise, then I'm going to lose all this stuff to the place of comfort. Focusing on comfort. What is going to relieve the discomfort? What is going to create comfort in Natalie's knee? What is going to create comfort in Wasim's knee? What is going to create comfort in Bo's knee, Michael's knee, and everybody else's knee? It's universal. Our nervous systems work the same. It doesn't matter if you're in Iraq or Europe or Africa or Asia. It doesn't matter. Our nervous systems are wired the same. We experience pain in similar ways by nerve irritation. The more we can create comfort in the knee, it relaxes the tension, the joint relaxes, which creates more space, which will allow it to bend. Or in Wasim's case, we're bringing the legs level so he's not having to struggle when he's standing. Give him things when he's driving that he can begin doing. There's specific videos that would help balance the pelvis while you're driving. And the more The more feedback you give me, because as Natalie will attest, thank you, I'll push you out of your comfort zone because I need to ask you things that you aren't familiar with or you don't know or you haven't thought about. And what that's going to do is get you to start looking in an area of your knee to discover more about your body that you didn't realize. And in doing so, we're going to begin to unlock these tension patterns in the neurology by giving you specific homework assignments that is going to relieve the physical pain and help you move easier. So that's how I do it. And I do it better. This is a big mindset challenge. I do it better remotely than most docs and physical therapists can do in person. That's just the reality of it. Okay. Let me see. So Wasim, you got the Knee Club link. Let's see, banners. Knee Club. Okay, so that would be your next step. If you're looking for the next step, first, give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for future videos. Make sure you share this video with those that you know that are limping. And then if you want to know the next steps, head on over to the kneepainguru.com website. I got a video on there that begins to show you my different approach, because my approach isn't for everybody. Most people want a drug, shot, surgery, or physical therapy. They want to do what the doctor tells them. Great, good, go there, do that. Keep suffering until you realize it's not working. Then come back. However, if you're looking for an approach that you can do in the comfort of your own home, that you'll get guidance and support, it's customized to what's going on with your knee, that you'll discover more about your knee and your body, well, then I'm your guy. And you can go to the kneepainguru.com website to watch the video. That's going to help you with the mindset. That's the biggest piece. Mindset is your biggest hurdle to getting out of pain. Bottom line, end of story. Been doing this for 20 some years now, and that's what I see to be the biggest challenge with everybody across the board. It's their mind that gets in their way, their beliefs about what their body is capable of doing. And if you can just set that aside for a minute and just create comfort in your knee over and over and over again, what we're going to have a conversation about in a week, a month, several months down the road is going to be completely different than what we're talking about today. But I'll hear excuses from people, but my diagnosis is I have bone on bone. I have advanced osteoarthritis. I've had a knee replacement surgery. I have. Great. Then your mind's not in the right place. Go work on that. Go suffer more. It's important for you to suffer more in order to get to a place where you've given up, that anything will be better. And I know it sounds horrible to say. However, there's this place, and I've been through this martial arts training, personal journeys, personal difficult situations. And it's the moment where you finally say, I just can't do it anymore, that the realization happens because your ego and your mindset is keeping you in a place that's stuck. And when you can let go of that, it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. And some people just need to suffer more. And some people will continue to suffer that way until the end of their life. And other people will suffer until the suffering is more painful than the fear of changing. That's the reality of it. I told my daughter this the other day. I will always be fair with you. Always be fair with you. I may do things that you may not like or that may be challenging for you. I will always be fair. And I'll do the same with you. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? We got one more question that came in the inbox, and then I'll check YouTube, see if anything came in that way. Okay, that was Wasim. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? Someone's spamming. Huh. If you have questions and you would like to enter those in the live chat, I will address those before the end of this. And then this next question is from Marina. It says, hi, Bill. My right knee joint ligament cannot bend. I went to the hospital to do the physiotherapy to help my right knee to move again, so now I can bend. After my recovery, I have pooping sound around my right knee, different spot from my knee. I hope that you can help me. Yes, Marina, I can. Knee joints make noise. Mine still makes noise after, my knee surgery in June of 99. Joints make noise. They pop, they reorganize, they click, they grind. There's a lot of different noises in the joint. And what I've attributed to is dehydration. A combination of dehydration and tension in the joint. The more we hydrate our body and we stay hydrated, the joint has the lubrication it needs to move smoothly. When we don't drink enough water, then what ends up happening is the joint gets dehydrated, the body gets dehydrated, and the body will rob water from the synovial fluid in the joints, the bones and the synovial fluid in the joints, which dehydrates the joint. And then the joint begins to wear. It gets more painful, which causes it to tense up more, causing it to be more dehydrated and wear. It's classic arthritis. And the doctors have a great business model that they'll give you drugs and shots and send you to physical therapy for years, thinking that it's actually doing something to help your knee when it's actually just leading you down the road for knee replacement surgery. And most people would choose that because when they're in pain long enough, they'll do anything to get out of pain. And they think on some level that cutting off the bones, having them sawed off in your leg and replaced with plastic and metal is going to be a better thing. And it will be for the joint in the sense that you no longer feel the pain in the joint, but as the body compensates for that barbaric surgery, it compensates in other areas. I had a friend of mine, client in Kentucky, and she was, she was a doctor. So she had a double knee replacement. And then within a few years, her hips wore away. So she needed to get a double hip replacement. So what did that do? It caused her to have to use her arms more when she walked because she didn't trust her legs. So guess what? Yep, shoulder replacements. Can't make this shit up. Anyways, but that's the medical model. That if you think you're going to go down that road and they're going to propose something different, you're mistaken. You're fooling yourself. And that some people need to go down that road. There's, I don't know, this was 2011. There was 570 some thousand knee replacements done in the US alone every year. And they wait till you're old enough because the joints are only rated 15 to 20 years. So they want to put it in the replacement joint so they don't have to do it again. Like they're hoping you're going to die before you need to replace the joint again. That's the reality of it. You want that? Go get it. Go for it. Let me know how it goes. I'll put you in the folder with all the other horror stories from knee replacements. But if you're looking for a natural holistic approach, that is learning more about your body, you're empowering yourself, you're stepping up, you're taking ownership of the process in your own body, well, then I'll be able to help you. Head on over to my website, thekneepainguru.com, get in a knee club, watch the video on the homepage, and we'll start getting your relief like today. That's how fast it is, because we're working with the nervous system. The nervous system fires at the speed of the reflexes. Like when the doctor taps your knee with the hammer, your knee jumps. You can't control it. Same thing when we create comfort in the joint. Any questions? Let's see. Natalie, I didn't get any more questions out of you. Okay. Let's see. Oh, YouTube. Let me check over here. See if there's any questions in that came in through YouTube. Okay. Edna Armstrong had an infection in my right knee in 18. I'm assuming it's 2018. It was a staph infection. Found the staph infection was in my blood. That by definition is a staph infection. Long recovery. Now they say that both sides of my knee, the cartilage is torn. Going to see another orthopedic later of next month about getting it fixed. My left knee is clicking, and if I have to bend it too long, it is now getting nasty pain. Is a surgery for my right knee very evasive? What exactly can be done with it? If anything, I feel like the inside of my right knee the bone is swollen. What it feels like it's protruding out much further than the left. Thank you. Edna, I think the best thing is to get like an official current diagnosis with that. And that's the big thing, because if the cartilage is torn, good thing to ask the doctor is which cartilage, because you have cartilage on the bone in your upper leg, you have cartilage on the top of the bones in your lower leg. Where is the location of the tear? What is the degree of tear? What is the direction of the tear? Because you can have like a 1 millimeter bit that is torn, and you can also have several centimeters that are torn. So not all tears are created equal. Like beginning to work, and I look at it through the lens of both what I offer in terms of relieving the tension in the joint to get the pressure off of the nerves and create relief. You could begin doing that, but that doesn't negate the tear that's going on in the joint, and if that needs to be addressed. So it almost feels like you need more information from the doctor as to what type of surgery are they proposing, because not all surgeries are created equal. Doctors, like, they could say, well, you could have a knee surgery and they could replace your knee. And they could also have doctors could say you need knee surgery, and they could say it's just an arthroscopic surgery where they're just putting a few holes in your knee and trimming up whatever is torn on the cartilage. So we need more information. Regardless, like, we could create comfort in the knee joint, we still got to deal with that mechanical dysfunction that's going on in there. We don't know if in fact that is what is affecting the pain in your knee. Make sense? If you think so, give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for future videos. So Edna, that's what I would, the direction I'd point you in. Okay, S. Masco, great information on scar tissue. I have more info. A licensed massage therapist can teach clients how cross-tissue techniques clients apply to avoid pain. Yeah, there's a lot of techniques to break down scar tissue. My question is, is the pain you're putting the knee through to break down the scar tissue justified? And especially when you put it through a lens of creating comfort in the joint. How do I want to say this? We don't know what we don't know. There's that. So if we've been in pain for a long time, we've forgotten how comfortable the body can be. Like, we don't remember how easy it was to move when we were a baby. It's a long time ago. That's my point. So if someone's over there, massage therapist, and I've known quite a few of them, they could rub on the scar tissue, cross friction techniques or whatever they use, that can actually cause more pain. It could break down the scar tissue, sure, kinda, but then the body's compensating for the pain that it's feeling for days later. So there's a gray area of not really understanding what you mean. And if we're not focusing on comfort continually, we're not pushing the envelope in terms of we're not pushing the envelope in terms of gaining awareness as to what's causing the problem. That's my 2 cents. Wait a minute. Oh, let's see. Okay, I think I have a couple more YouTube channel questions. If you have questions, okay, let's see. Christian, knee subluxation exercises. So your knee is popping out of joint. There would be one question is what's the diagnosis? Because you could run into a situation like I ran into. I had partially torn the ligament in my left knee. I continued to push the knee, which eventually tore through the ligament in the left knee. So if your knee is popping out of joint, subluxating as a result of partially torn ligaments, then you strengthening it, there's a bigger conversation that needs to be had. If the ligaments are just loose, then we want to focus on diet, and we also want to focus on fatiguing the muscles to build the strength in the tendons, ligaments, and fascia in the joint itself to stabilize the joint. We also have to look at the tension patterns that are going on in the rest of the body as a result of the ligaments being loose in the knee. We'd also have to take into consideration, are the ligaments just loose in the knee, or are they also loose in your entire body? Like, it's a systemic thing, or it's just something happened in the knee that's causing the knee to what's going on in the knee to be loose. Once we've kind of gathered more of that information, then we need to look at the tension patterns that are going on in the rest of the body: hips, lower back, hamstrings, quads, shins, calves, ankles, and feet, that are causing all the tension to go into the knee, left or right, we don't know. See how it's like, if you're looking at a holistic approach, we have a lot of factors to bring into the conversation. We can't just go and say, oh, I need some exercises. Well, sure, you can get exercises, and the exercises can make you worse. Is that what you want? I'm thinking not. At least I'm not the guy to go to if that's what you want. My point being is, we got to zoom out. We got to look at the bigger picture of what's happening in your body. So this is a systemic fix as opposed to a Band-Aid that you're putting onto whatever's going on, causing your knee to do what it's doing. Does it make sense, Christian? Like I said, I won't necessarily tell you what you like to hear, but I'll tell you what you need to hear in order to get better. Okay. Let me see. Okay, there's that. That is all the questions. How about that? Cool. Okay, those are all the questions for today. We've been going for a minute now. Wow, look at that. Next steps from here, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru YouTube channel. Turn on notifications for future videos. You want to know what to do now? Head on over to, let's see, the kneepainguru.com/knee club. And that would be your next step. There's a video on the homepage. There's Knee Club is my group coaching program, private Facebook group, calls twice per week, group coaching, get all the videos. And I don't want you to look at all the videos. To get this straight, I want you to begin with the quick start guide that you get access to as soon as you sign up, and then begin working with the videos in the quick start guide, those steps, the first few steps that are in the quick start guide. So then you can move to, you can show up on the first Knee Club call with an experience that's like, oh, the pain got relieved, it moved, it changed, something happened. What do you notice? And that's where we're going to start the conversation. Got one more comment that came in here. Yeah, like it's got to make sense. Here's the piece, and I want everybody to listen to this and sit with this. It's your body. It's your body. And we have to shift this idea that we're going to go to somebody that's going to take care of all of it for us. Those days are gone. We need to empower ourselves with the knowledge and understanding of what's going on in our own bodies so we can move and live the life that we want to live. And you can't go to someone that is going to have, like, you know, here's the answer. That's not how it works. Your body is constantly shifting and changing and adjusting every day to thousands of different inputs. And we need to understand how, when we look at our body as a system, how we need to tweak and adjust these different things to bring it back into balance. And that could be the knee popping out. It could be I had to go get surgery. Whatever it is, we need to bring these understandings to the physical body in a way where we don't feel a victim, because we're not. I don't work well with victims. I work well with people who are struggling that want to get better, and I can absolutely help them. But someone who looks at themselves as a victim of what's going on with their body, yeah, it's not going to work. You need to work on the mindset piece. So I will be your best cheerleader if you need it. And I will be also a drill instructor if you need it. What you have to step forward, like literally step forward, do your best effort, and then give feedback. And then we'll be able to move forward from there. Okay. I've been prattling on here for close to 50 minutes. If you have more questions, enter those in the comments section. I'm going to wrap it up here with a really cool little video I made yesterday. So thank you everybody for being here. Appreciate your time and enjoy this little video.